Hello fiber friends, good morning. This is Teresa from Pretty Twisted Yarns. You can find me. The best place to follow me is on Instagram at Pretty Twisted Yarns with an S on the end. That is where I like to share about what I'm making, what I'm dyeing. I am a self-striping yarn dyer, and I do custom work. I dye to order. So I like to make my colorways available all the time because sometimes you want to knit Christmas socks in July, and sometimes you want to knit Halloween socks in May. Sometimes in October, you want to knit Valentine's socks. So I do pre-orders. My turnaround time right now is a little bit high, and I realize that. I'm a human being. I'm a very real human being. I have a family. I have a husband. He is retired vet, and he is in school full-time. I have two daughters. One is 9, one is 18. And my grandmother, who we call Mimi, lives with us. My husband and I are her caregivers. She needs full-time care. So I work full-time dyeing yarn and working on my business. I am a retired makeup artist. I did that for about 27 years, I guess, since I was 18, and I'm going to be 45 at the end of the month, October 27th. You're probably used to seeing me very hyper and very bubbly, which I am. I'm trying to take a deep breath and slow my body down a little bit. I have realized in this journey that I'm a people pleaser, and I genuinely want to make everybody happy. Sometimes in doing that though, the people who are right in front of me get lost. They're screaming for something from me, and I have customers who always want, something from me or have expectations, and I'm trying to figure out how to fill both of those things. And what has been happening is that my children and my husband have been the ones not getting from me what they need. And I don't want that either. So it's a balancing act. Everybody goes through that. Without trying to share way too much, I have tried to, on Etsy, send out messages through Etsy messages as a newsletter, because I have not figured out how to work my own website yet and be able to send out weekly newsletters. I just haven't had the time to do that. I would love to, and it is the plan. Sometimes plans, it's a plan, and sometimes it doesn't come to fruition. When I started this, I thought maybe a couple people might like something enough that I made to purchase it. I didn't know that many people would like it, and I'm forever grateful, beyond what I can verbally express here. So I am not going to cancel anybody else's pre-orders at this point, because if you place an order with me, it's in process. I have printed your order out. I know what you want. I know what base you've chosen. I know where you are in queue, it's a lot for me to go through and physically find your order, which I'm willing to do. Like if you are curious and you want to know, I can answer that for you. The best way to get in touch with me is either Etsy messages or email at prettytwistedyarns@yahoo.com. But at this point, I'm not going to cancel a pre-order because my listings do, I believe, quite clearly state that I'm one person, and there are things that happen in life that I can't control. I really wish I could. I really, really wish I could. We did have a hurricane, and I know it was in July, beginning of July, and it wasn't like a super huge catastrophe, right? My Florida friends know that when a hurricane warning is issued, you hunker down. If I have an entire dye day planned for that day to dye X amount of skeins, and I can't because of physical danger to myself and my family, that puts me behind like 20 skeins. And what happened is if I listed all the bare yarn that I have, all the dye that I have, these are the colorways that I can make. So if on one day 20 people place an order, I can't physically like warp, dye, wash, dry, reskein, package label, all that 20 skeins of yarn. So I'll do that. Like I'll make it for you. I believe that it is worth the wait, but please read the listing very carefully. I cannot control whether my daughter gets the flu so bad that she's in the hospital for a week. I don't, if you kind of know me or whatever, you might know what's going on, but I don't know how to let every single person know. That was something that I've gone through in this journey. And my daughter's 9, so I had to be there for her, and only one parent can be at the hospital at a time because of the sickness. And we're all still recovering from that. I know that I wasn't active in this community, active here on YouTube or Instagram during all of that. I was somewhere completely different, and a completely different set of things happened to myself and my family during that time that created the necessity for me to repurpose some things in my life and use towards something else to bring some beauty into the world, make other people happy, as well as pick up the pieces and start over, all brand new. I absolutely am loving this journey. I really, really am, and I'm here to continue to keep doing that. I want to share yarn. That's what I want to talk about. But like I said, I don't know how else to communicate some of the like Pretty Twisted Yarns business side of what's going on. I have some Christmas yarns to dye. That was the collaboration that I did with Stitching Plaza. That's on the docket. I have not forgotten about that. I have the 12 Days of Christmas. That's going to be going out. I did have to push the timeline back a little bit because of the things going on. I've tried to push myself physically to get more done in a day than is possible. And like I said, especially my youngest 9-year-old, kind of got lost in that mix. So grow as we go. We learn as we go. And I have been super accommodating. I will continue to be accommodating. However, if you purchase a pre-order, just please read the listing and know that no, I don't think I'm a special snowflake. I don't think, it's hard to like look at something that you made and be like, yeah, this is worth waiting this many weeks for. I get it. I've purchased things before and been anxious. I hate the thought of anybody being anxious for something from me, because I suffer from anxiety pretty severely. I don't really know how I come off to the world. I really don't. A very wise person once told me, what other people think about me is none of my business, and that's hard to remember sometimes. Like I said, I'm always here. I'm always available for questions. If you've communicated with me, you know I'm pretty responsive. And I will continue to do that. So if I've forgotten anything, I do apologize. This is a little bit off the cuff. And I am going to share with you a few things that I've been making. It's not everything that I've been making, but it's what I've been working on. So I have been working on a red tonal that I fell in love with when I saw Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady when she got her Jeep Rosie. And in whatever downtime I've had, I've been playing with dyes, second guessing myself, playing with dyes again, and I've decided this is what I've come up with. And I only have 3 skeins available right now. I'm going to look into, once I get some pre-orders done, doing more just like ready to ship. If you purchase something from me that's ready to ship, it's gonna go out like either that day or the next day, unless it's a weekend. It might have to wait till Monday. I'm doing some destashes, which what I have been doing is putting it on my stories on Instagram. But this is the red that I've come up with. I'm going to list the 3 that I have ready to ship later today. I will post on Instagram stories. I don't think I'll do like a regular post, but Instagram stories when it's live. And if anybody wants them, you may feel free to grab them. This is on a base that I call Glitz. It is my 7525 Superwash Merino Nylon Gold Stellina blend. I'm trying not to get too excited, but this is the red. I really love it, and I hope you guys do too. This is the red. It's a tonal. 5% stellina, and the way that I dye this, the stellina does take on a little bit of the tint from the red. I think it's very, very beautiful, and I really hope you do too. I hope to be able to dye more of this. There are real subtle nuances in it. It's not a solid, it's not a semi-solid, it's definitely a tonal. There's no speckling in it. Oof, you know what? Let me real quick go grab, my cat just hit the tripod. Let me go grab, I did a sock on my circular sock machine to see how it knit up. I'll be right back. This is how it knits up. I knit this sock on my circular sock machine, which I named Pinkie Pie, because if I was on My Little Pony, I'd be Pinkie Pie. It just is what it is. You kind of love her or hate her. Is she annoying? I don't know. I love Pinkie Pie. Some people like Applejack, and that's okay, but I'm not Applejack. So I'm Pinkie Pie. That's Coconut. I keep hitting the tripod. Okay, this is how it knits up. Not self-striping. Tonal. I think it's good for holiday. A holiday red. My colorways too that I have, like when I first started this, I worked for months and months and months and months just learning how to like even like warp a skein to dye self-striping. If you want to see why it takes so long and sort of the process, if you go to my Instagram, I do have on my story highlights a little thing that I've put together of my process. And I know there are self-striping dyers out there who are amazing, who I look up to, some of which who have helped me in my journey. And I've taken bits and pieces from what I've learned and kind of put them into what works for me. Some things did work for me, some things did not work for me. But it isn't something that you can do fast. And the colorways, I created like a product line. I still really want to do like a St. Patrick's Day color, which I haven't been able to have time to do yet. I have, on Wednesdays we wear pink, which is kind of like a Valentine's colorway that I released in August. So there's those, you know, but time. I guess I'm just not trying to rush anymore. I'm going to try and rush, you know, things that I've told people, like I'm gonna get this out, but like I said, I'm behind. I hope that doesn't like deter somebody from, if you love something, I will make it for you. Like if you love something, I want you to have it. I'm shocked that like something that I made, somebody likes. I was that way when I did makeup too. I would do it and be like, you like it? For reals? Really? And I probably second guess myself way too much. So that is that. I also wanted to share, I've been working on my Vertices Unite shawl by Stephen West. It's a paid for pattern. I'm sure everybody knows Stephen West. I cast this on in May. It's living in a beautiful basket that a dear fiber friend sent for me for my birthday, and I was too excited to wait to open my birthday presents, so I opened it, and she said it was okay. So if you've watched along, you've probably seen this in some of my earlier episodes. This is section 4. I finished closing the short rows this morning, and section 4 is knit in Legacy Fiber Arts. This colorway is called Dragon Eggs. I purchased this from them when they were still on Etsy. I think it was 2016. This Progress Keeper is from Hannah at the Corner of Craft. I also received from Hannah, and this is going to be very crinkly. I'm trying real hard not to open it. I saved up since last Christmas to get an advent calendar because I've never had any type of advent calendar before. So when she did these, I got up real early and snagged one. And this came in the mail. So trying very hard not to open that until, I don't know if I'm going to open it like December 1st or do like, it's the 12 days of Stitchmas. So I'm not sure how I'm going to open it yet, but back to this. Vertices Unite. This pink is a colorway. It's a color that I dyed a long time ago, and I have no idea how I did it. This section here is a collaboration that Vine Yarns and Primrose Yarn Co. Did back in the day as well. I want to say the Vine Yarns is Reef Madness, and the Primrose Yarn Co. color was Hysteric. And then this section, the one color is Vine Yarns and her colorway Solstice, and the other one is Dragon Eggs by Legacy Fiber Arts. Those are some of the yarn dyers who I started following on my yarn dyeing journey, and who I continue to love and adore and look up to. And one of the reasons I decided to do pre-orders was because I know when I was trying to get hand-dyed yarn, I would get carjacked and it was very disheartening. So I thought, gosh, I would love to just like buy this colorway from this dyer, and like I would wait. I don't even care. Like I have the many now if I, so I wanted to do that. But I have to realize that I'm not going to please all of the people all of the time. I would love to, but I'm not going to. That's okay. What I need to try to do is make my daughters happy and customers as well. So I'm going to share a couple more things. Oh, also, if you do want one of the 3 skeins that I have of, I'm calling this colorway the Snozberries Taste Like Snozberries. Because if you watch Willy Wonka, when the kids are licking the wallpaper, he's like, the oranges taste like oranges, the strawberries taste like strawberries, and the snozberries taste like snozberries. And that's just a silly word, right? So we all love it and adore it, but if you look up what a snozberry actually is from Willy Wonka, it's kind of dirty. And that's kind of my MO. I like to put little hidden things and stuff. It's also going to come with a Pretty Twisted Yarns Holiday Edition sticker, which is waterproof. And Haley from Lock Knits and the Woolies podcast designed these stickers for me. So it's going to come with one of those. And these are ready to ship. Another thing that I got in the mail. So this is naughty. This is also naughty. So if that offends you, please skip ahead. But I was sent a very lovely birthday gift from a dear friend, dear friends. If you're watching this, you know who you are. This is a bag by Katie of Naughty Knitting Sacks. She's in Cumming, Georgia. It is a sack with nuts on it. It's a nut sack. Okay, this is where it's gonna get naughty. Inside, it's a bag of dicks. I love it so much, so much, so much. You guys don't even know like what it means to me when something comes for me in the mail. I'm like, people do this? Like there's humans still in the world? Wow. Okay. If you also know me in real life or like from, internet, I really actually don't leave my house much at all, unless I like 100% absolutely have to. Like something happened to Dave and he can't take Caitlin to school, or he can't pick her up from school. Something like that. I don't go to the grocery store. The humans that I see are the humans in my house. The 4 humans and the 3 cats that I live with. Those are the people that I physically see with my eyeballs and can touch. The outside world is still very scary for me because of some things that happened to me, not sickness related, like the C word related, but that happened during that time that were traumatic enough that it may have, traumatic enough that that would affect anybody's life. It's my husband's alarm. He's going to be getting up. So I'm going to wrap this up. I have more stuff to show, but I will show it on another video. So not really a podcast, just kind of a studio update. But I'm going to go now because I have to get Caitlin up and get her ready for school. And I have a lot of yarn dyeing to do today. Okay? I love you all. I wish you well. Take care of yourself and each other.